everybody, and welcome to our top 10 quick comic picks. I'm Andy.
I'm Matt.
We're here with Infinity Flux Comics out of Chattanooga, Tennessee, and this is our quick show where we show you about 10 of the biggest and best books that are coming out this week to your local comic book store, or if you shop with us at infinityflux.net, they'll be there too.
Mm-hmm.
And at our local store, Infinity Flux, right here. I always want to say dot here.
Yeah, that should be good.
If you shop at us locally, they are going to be here too. We've got some great stuff to get into.
Yeah.
So let's start it out.
We're going to start with Wolverine #1. This is our next From the Ashes Era X book. Now, this is the mainline Wolverine book, not to be confused with Wolverine Revenge #1. And this one takes place a little bit before Uncanny X-Men #1 and also X-Men #1. Wolverine is now living in the woods, running with a pack of wolves. When Nightcrawler comes calling to try to convince him to come back and join the X-Men, but also the villain Cyber is tracking him down as well. And Cyber does some bad things to some campers that makes Wolverine realize, yeah, I need to get back in the game and avenge these guys and take out Cyber. There's some really cool action. The artwork is fantastic. This is a great start to a new Wolverine series.
Speaking of great starts, we've got Avengers Assemble #1. This is a new mini-series that is basically Captain America saw the success of the little impromptu team of Avengers he put together for Blood Hunt with Hercules and Hazmat. And he says, we need a team like this. So he creates the Avengers Emergency Response Squad. And this is going to be kind of a team that is pieced together with just the perfect members. And that all gets started here as a few of the members show up. But it's not long before they immediately go out to stop Sin, which is Red Skull's daughter, from doing something horrible. So this is our first team together. It's a really unique team of characters, and I'm looking forward to the future kind of one-shot stories. And plus, you got Return of Jarvis and the Avengers Mansion. So who doesn't love that?
Right. Next up is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles #2. Each of the first 4 issues focuses on a different turtle, and this issue focuses on Michelangelo. After they all split, he moved to Japan and became this big superstar. He is the star of this like ninja superhero type show. It seems like he's really happy with his new celebrity life, but on the inside, he really just wants to be back with his brothers. Well, one night in his penthouse, he is attacked by the same group of ninjas that attacked Raphael in the prison last issue. And there is this big mystery about who are these ninjas? Who is this group? And why are they attacking the turtles now? And are they all going to get back together to do something about it?
Well, next up, another X book. This is Uncanny X-Men #2. So this is kind of our other big, we've got X-Men and Uncanny X-Men. This is following Rogue, Gambit, Wolverine, and a few others joining this one because this team runs into some very mysterious what seems to be mutants that you can see they call the Outliers. So what are they all up to? Why are they out here? We'll learn a little bit more about that. Plus, another really interesting thing is kind of a flashback to Charles Xavier's younger days, where he meets what is kind of his first girlfriend named Sarah. And what does all this have to do? Well, you have to read to find out, but it is all tied in together.
Next up, we've got a new book from Distillery called Time Waits. This is written by Chip Zdarsky and David Brothers. And this is about a guy named Blue. He's actually from the future. He has traveled back to his past, which is our present. And he has started a life for himself with a woman named Grace. They're about to adopt a kid, but his team from the future come back to get him because he didn't fulfill the mission that he was supposed to, and now they want to get at him because of that. So, nice new Distillery book from Mr. Chip Zdarsky.
Well, I've got a new book. This is called Dark Empty Void #1. This is from Zach Kaplan, and art is by Chris Sheehan. And in this, there is a group of scientists in Alaska studying black holes, and they've managed to stabilize one. But something goes very odd, very wrong, and we cut to a character named Joy, who is a psychology teacher. And she gets a call that she is needed because someone has come through the black hole. And so you have to read to find out what happens, but a very interesting setup to a new kind of dark sci-fi book.
Well, next we've got Venom War Wolverine #1. The Venom War rages on, and now Wolverine has gotten mixed up in it. He's hanging out in a bar just shooting pool when one of these zombie oats comes in and infects him. Now, normally his healing factor can ward off any symbiote infections, but these zombiotes are a little bit different, and they turn him almost into a monster for a little while until he is able to fight that off. He finds that he has traveled to an old friend's inn, and he decides he wants to stay out of the entire debacle because he says being there might make it more dangerous if he gets infected again, but he might not be able to stay away from it for too long.
Next up for me, not a first issue, but a last issue. Yes, Star Wars is ending with issue number 50 before we move on in October to kind of parts unknown with everything going on there. But issue 50 of this final run is really great. It's an oversized issue as we jump forward in time where Luke is telling young Ben Solo a story about an adventure he went on, and we get a bunch of cameos from characters even back from the High Republic and how they all play into this. Really, really cool, and just great wrapping up this long-running series because we don't exactly know what the next ongoing Star Wars book is going to be. So we'll have to see, but for right now, it ends right here.
Last for me, maybe a little bit of a surprise pick. This is Spider-Man Reign 2, number 3, and I wanted to highlight this one because this issue is pretty crazy. I can't say too much without spoiling everything, but we learn how. Well, I can't spoil. I don't want to spoil that either. But we learn where Mary Jane is, what she's been doing. We get a little bit of a flashback of hers, and it's pretty dark. It's actually kind of dark and pretty twisted. We see that Spider-Man maybe did some not so great things in the past, and it is all coming to a head. And it is all the reason why Mary Jane is the way she is now. This was just this took me by surprise with how dark it was.
Well, a great issue this week. Transformers number 12. This is the end of the second story arc for Transformers, and it is big, over the top, action filled. As you've got Cybertron kind of coming through a portal, meeting Earth. It's sucking up the Energon from Earth, and it's up to the Transformers to stop it, cut the ties, and save everyone they can. Optimus Prime has some awesome scenes in this. But something happens with Optimus. I don't want to give it away, but I feel like it's setting up maybe some weird future stuff
Yeah.
going on because maybe he takes things a little too far.
Yeah.
But that is it for our top 10 quick comic picks. Thank you so much for watching. Remember, head over to infinityflux.net right now. These books are up there. They're live. You can order them right now. So we would absolutely appreciate it if you went over there and checked that out. And we've got our longer show coming up where we'll be going over these books, plus a lot more, their variants, and a bunch of other good stuff.
Yeah.
Talk a little bit more in depth about these. But until then,
See ya.
see ya.